All right, so Taj, the Ball family is back, and they all of them are in the NBA. You know, LeVar said it. You got to give him his credit. Lonzo went number two. LaMelo just went number three to Charlotte, and now Liangelo Ball just signed. It was a 1 year non-guarantee to the Detroit Pistons. Obviously, he was in the G League last year, and now he's in the NBA. So all three sons are in the NBA, and now let's talk about Jello. Like the Pistons aren't, they're not a great team. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs this year. So he might get a little bit of minutes. Obviously he's not gonna be like a rotation player for them, but he's gonna get a little bit of minutes. Like what do you see Jello fitting in the NBA? Does he last in the NBA? Like what's your thoughts?
Come on, I don't even know. I don't even know why this is. I mean, I understand why it's news, but I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, he signed a non-guaranteed contract in the NBA on the Detroit Pistons. Like that's number one. And the sad part about this, I don't think he'll even get minutes on the Pistons. The Pistons aren't even a good team, but I still don't even see him getting a lot of minutes. Maybe he doesn't even make the roster at all. Maybe they demote him down to G League. He'll be back and forth from G League to pros. Whenever injury reserve and stuff like that. But I don't see this. I don't see this. I mean, yes, I want to give LeVar credit. You got three boys that signed NBA contracts, but I don't think Jello lasts in the league. Jello doesn't play enough defense. He's not quick enough. Yes, he's a great shooter, but I mean, unless you're Steph Curry and Stephen Curry, man, just shooting the ball, you gotta be able to do more stuff. You gotta be able to move around. You gotta be able to play some defense. You gotta be able to take some guys off the dribble. You gotta be able to do something. You can't just stand there and shooting, especially at that size. Guys are looking for more than that at this point in the NBA. A lot of guys are becoming good shooters. So Jello, yes, congratulations, you got an NBA contract. Yeah, like LeVar, congratulations. But man, Jello ain't lasting too much longer. Let's be real. Let's just keep it 100.
Yeah, I did. Cello, he's the middle child. Obviously all the boys aren't going to be super talented. Like, Alonzo is great, and LaMelo is great. And Cello, he's a solid, he's a good basketball player, but he's not quite there yet. And obviously, I feel like it hurt him when he went to China and he stole those sunglasses, and then they ended up getting kicked out of UCLA. But like I feel like if he do his 4 years at UCLA, then he probably would have had like a better chance of developing and getting being NBA ready. But on the Pistons, maybe he he's gonna be like their 12th, then like their 10 to 15 guy. Like he's not gonna get minutes. He's not gonna get routine minutes on this team. Like what people are thinking. He's like a bench player. He's like the Jared Dudley on the Lakers. He comes in a blowout, and that's when we're gonna see him. If even the Pistons, they'll probably get blowout a lot, so we might see him at the end of games. But I just feel like just think about it, right? I feel like the Pistons put him in, give him a shot because obviously he's a ball brother and everyone wants to see if he's gonna play. So maybe just for box office type of stuff, they let him get some runs and maybe, but I don't see this lasting too long. He is a big. I feel like he does. I heard that he does play some good defense. I'm not too sold on his shooting.
Against who? Against who? Come
No,
on,
but
the
I
guy
mean,
hasn't even played D1 talent.
okay, but he's a big body and he is strong, and he has the body type to be a good
But you got to
defender.
be quick. He's not.
Okay.
He's not quick. You got to be quick. You can't just be big bodied. You gotta be able to have that lateral movement. You gotta be able to jump. Cello doesn't really have that athleticism. He's not
Yeah,
like
he has
Lonzo. He's
no
shorter than Lonzo and Lamelo. He doesn't have the skill set of those guys. Maybe he's a better shooter than those guys, but everything else, his skill set just isn't there. He just hasn't developed like the other ball brothers. And we gotta understand a lot of guys sign non-guarantee contracts with the NBA. The only reason this is news is because his last name is Ball. There are a lot of guys that signed on guaranteed contracts. We just don't hear about them because those guys just don't end up playing. And I think Lonzo is going to be the same situation where we'll probably see him at some point if he does good in camp. If some guys get injured, we'll probably see him. But other than that, I don't. The future of Jello in the NBA is just it's just not it's just not bright at this moment. It's just a dull. Yeah, she just getting his foot in the door kind of thing. But I still think if you're the who he signed with the Pistons, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think if you're the Pistons, there are a lot of guys on the depth chart way ahead of
yeah.
Liangelo Ball, and that's reality of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely a couple of years away. He'll definitely have to work his way up onto teams. It's not going to be this year, and it's not going to be next year. He has to show them a little bit of something for him to, actually get into the rotation. So we're talking about 2, 3 years from now. But just in terms of like the Ball brothers, like I feel like just Lamelo is probably going to be the best of all of them. Like he has that. He doesn't play defense, but he has that scorer's mentality. He has that it about him. Like I'm gonna go and take over a game. He can't shoot. They sell him as a shooter, but he really can't shoot the three that well. But I feel like he's a flaw generally. He could set up your offense. He could run your offense on a team, and he's a tall guard. But I feel like Lamelo. He's always been my favorite of all the three. So I'm looking forward to seeing like how Lamelo turns out inside of Charlotte.